Well, all of the students at USC are advanced classical guitarists who are serious about what they do. I mean, that being said, there's a pretty wide gamut of skill levels. I mean, we've got some folks who are relative newcomers in that they wouldn't feel too comfortable getting up in front of a big crowd and playing a whole recital right now. They're not ready for that. But we've got some kids who have won international competitions, and they're playing amazing stuff. And some of the students, I get nervous when I have to teach them. I'm like, gee, what am I going to say? Or they'll play something and I'll say, how do you do that? So it does run the gamut. But hopefully, I try to give everybody some kind of a helpful advice. And really, Pepe was a great inspiration for me about how to teach. His whole attitude about teaching was he had no interest in being the maestro who is who tells everybody what to do. He would never say, you have to play the way I play. His whole thing was find the way that comes out find your own natural creativity and bring it out. He had no interest in people just imitating him. And I remember years ago he told me, he said, Bill, you cannot be a little Pepe. You have to be a big Bill Kanengiser. And so his idea was, don't try to just emulate your teacher, learn from them, but then you have to become yourself. You have to discover what it is that you do. And that's interesting to people. There are some things everybody has to work on. You have to work on technique. You have to, understand music. But then at some point, once you get to a certain skill level, then you have to have people try to discover what it is that resonates with them. What is it that really speaks to them deep down and that they feel enthusiastic about and they feel natural with. And you never know. It's a very subtle thing. But when someone discovers it, you can feel it. So, I'm still searching, I guess. Yeah. Pepe instilled that in all of us. The idea that we're here on Pepe views the artist as almost like a sacred quest. That we have a role in society, that we're here to take music on a page and bring it to life and ennoble the audience by that process, and hopefully earn a living while we're doing it. But it is different for everybody. I think people have different motivations for why they come to an instrument. It's not always, I think, such a high art kind of process for everybody. But my job, I think, is just to try to bring out whatever is best about the student's potential and have them discover it. I think sometimes it's said that a doctoral student learns more and more about less and less until they know everything about nothing. There is that danger, that you become so focused on one little thing. And if anything, my experience has been that all of the different music that I loved when I was in high school is music that I've turned back to, 25 years later and readapted through classical guitar, And I'm playing flamenco and jazz and Cuban music and Japanese folk music, but on classical guitar. And so if I had been very narrow and only studied classical guitar traditional repertoire, I would not have that to draw upon. So, and of course, being inspired by art and literature and the world around us, that's part of being a human being too, and you're expressing universal human emotion. That's part of music. For me, the physicality of playing is really important. I think that being aware of the way that the hands naturally work is very important. And I think some teachers tend to have their students develop by pushing them harder than they think they can go, like pushing the envelope. And that is one way to get students to improve, but it also can be technically damaging. And so I try to operate with the students from a real solid base of technical foundation and then build on it. I think that you shouldn't push a student harder than they can go right now. So I tend to be kind of careful with people and not let them make mistakes that it's going to take them years to unlearn.